Okay, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, which I don't even came up with yet, but it's something related to Naruto Blazing dying. I got Kua here. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, that's his real voice. And we're gonna talk why, how it died, it's dying, or whatever, and how to prevent it, and also other things. But I actually want to start the video, because we're in the topic of Blazing dying, I want to talk about what games should transition to, okay? I want to shout out some games here that I think, when Blazing shuts down, we're gonna have a backup, right? So the first one will be Dragon Ball Legends, for sure. For sure, Dragon Ball Legends, like, right now, the most fun game at the moment. Mobile. Honestly, at all, because even console games, I'm not even liking that much. So Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan Battle. Dokkan Battle is the biggest gacha, so there's no wrong there. And then we have One Piece Treasure Cruise, which I never played, but is the most requested game I've ever had in my channel. And Bleach Brave Souls, which is also very much requested. So I'm guessing these two are good, even though I don't play them. Do you have any?
Nah, just the one that you said. Honestly, I started playing Legends, I think like a couple of weeks ago because you told me to download it. And I've been grinding it every day so much. Like I completely dropped Blazing because I was just not having fun. But
yeah, so it's also like Dragon Ball Legends is the most fun game right now. Like I think there is not even a comparison.
It's been out for like 6 months, and it already has so many quality of life things. Like Blazing doesn't even have them, and Blazing has been out for 2 years and a half or whatever.
So actually, this is a good transition. This is a good transition because Legends was dying, right? Legends like had a high when it released, and then it was like in a very big downward spiral. Like it was only going down. But they picked up in the Black Friday, which was genius. It was genius. They took like the most random like celebration and made it a big thing, right? I made a video, I don't know if you saw this, but I made a rant video talking about how trash the Black Friday campaign was on Blazing and how good it was on Legends. It was the reason why Legends is big now. It was the Black Friday campaign, you know? Like with Goku Black, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Majin Vegeta. Celebrations like just fucking explode like, games.
You know? What did Blazing with it? Like, was it only a discount for person?
It was like terrible discounts. It was terrible discounts. Like no new banners or something like just a terrible discount, which you could only buy once, and that was it. That was the whole celebration. While Dragon Ball Legends was, I don't care. That is just like a Black Friday. I'm gonna go in, you know, and even Dokkan released Goku Black, but really Legends was huge. Legends knew what the fuck they were doing, and since like in Black Friday they were making like 400k per day, just on iPhone US. Like it's stuff like that. Blazing needs to invest on celebrations.
Like for comparison, to make you guys understand, Legends, like he said, made 600 or 400k a day, whatever. Blazing makes $5,000 per day.
Yeah, so it's like right now you can't even check how much money they are making. I think they're making less. It's terrible.
They're probably embarrassed to share.
It's like what they are doing on Blazing is they're trying to milk the cow, right? With every single like project, company or whatever, you have the high, and then you have the downward spiral where you're trying to milk the cow. It's gonna die, so we're gonna try to make the most of it. But they're doing so terribly. It's not even funny.
I don't know if you guys noticed the pattern in Blazing, but like the last 5 Blazing Fests were all Uchihas, like just saying.
Even Kakashi is kind of a Uchiha if you think about it.
Yeah.
He has a Sharingan. Nah, but for real, like, it doesn't even make sense. Right now, like, this is this banner that it was like the fin, like, it was the end. This is the last banner we're gonna have, pretty much, because the game's dead. Like, let's be real. Really, it was their last chance and they fucked up. They just fucked up. Because the celebration started now. This is like, in this point in time last year, we had the Kaguya and the Dual Blazing Festival for Kakashi and Sakura, which was huge. But like this year now we have the 100th Obito, and then a Kakashi that is trash. The Kakashi is trash.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to die. Real.
First anniversary Naruto, like the Bravery one, he is better than every single Blazing Fest that has come out after the second anniversary.
Oh
And
yeah.
also most of the first year anniversary, like after the Naruto and Sasuke.
Oh yeah, I could make a case for Shisui being better than Rinnegan and Sasuke, but like Sage 6 Pads Naruto is like top 5 best units in the game. And after the second anniversary, we only had trash Blazing Festivals. Maybe Shisui is good, but like Itachi is trash. Like it's terrible. It's one of the worst
Itachi's
Blazing
trash.
Festivals.
Madara is pretty trash.
It's pretty trash.
You can fanboy Madara because he's a good character, but he's just trash.
You can even fanboy Itachi, but he's still trash.
Yeah. Kakashi, like people are going crazy over him because he can hit for 1 million.
I mean,
But
he
you guys gotta
quote unquote can hit for 1 million. He can hit for 1 million if you 150 boost him, if you use Shisui's boost to 20%, and in the Obito raid. It's so specific.
Yeah.
It's so specific. Okay, so now going out of the topic of Dragon Ball Legends making better things than Blazing. I already asked this before we started recording, but when was the point that you think that Blazing started going down?
So in my opinion, I realized that Blazing was going downhill as soon as Blazing Bash dropped the Naruto and the CM2 Sasuke. That like when they first were introduced, I started thinking that on PvP I was in such a big disadvantage that there was no way for me to actually compete in all matches and actually grind the game as much as I wanted to if I didn't summon.
Yeah, and here's the
what
thing, like you have the argument, like I'm not saying you, but like in general, you could have the argument like, yeah, PvP is a gacha game, it has to be paid like it has to be paid to win, but you have Dragon Ball Legends that there isn't a pay to win PvP, right? You can technically say, oh, their units are better than the others, but like really it's almost much more down to skill and knowing how to move and stuff than having the best unit in Dragon Ball Legends. I mean, there's a lot of lag too, but we forget about that one. But really, like, the Blazing Bash was like, there was already Blazing Festival, right? Every single month, that in every single game, like we have like Dokkan Festival and Blazing Festival, which is like every single month we have a huge banner that people are gonna be saving for and summoning. But then we now have 2 huge banners. There is a Blazing Bash and Blazing Festival. That's too much, you know? And it's something that it's like, you either summon for Blazing Festival or Blazing Bash, most people are only gonna be summoning for either, and you're wasting so much money with the second banner. It's terrible. It's a terrible decision. And they just kept going with it.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, after Blazing Fest starting getting limit breaks, Blazing Fest kind of picked up again in PvP, so you started seeing less Blazing Bash units. But it took them like a full year of Blazing Bash to actually start limit breaking Blazing Fest characters. So they already drained your pearls, and at that point you must have already you already had decided whether you go for Blazing Fest or Blazing Bash each month. And the thing is, if you go for Blazing Bash, most Blazing Bash are trash on PvE. Like they have like good abilities and stuff like Ashurama, but it deals 16k damage on his ultimate. Like that's nothing.
Yeah,
So
like Hashirama, for instance, is probably the best Blazing Bash for PvE, and he has to be unawakened. If he is awakened, he's not doing anything. The only Blazing Festival that is still relevant in PvPs is Sage 6 Pads Madara. Like, I'm not cutting fun of Valiant units because they're not even Blazing Festival, they're something else, but...
they're just dumb. Like,
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
they're not even the Blazing Festival banners, they're just
Yeah,
like...
they're not Blazing Fest.
Yeah, like the only Blazing Festival relevant is Sage 6 Pads Madara, which released in March, you know? And it's like, how can you go almost a full year without releasing a relevant Blazing Festival for PvP? It's retarded, because they try to balance. PvP was like honestly the first thing that made the game kind of fall down, because they had to balance the units both on PvP and PvE. They can't like just make a unit very overpowered because it's gonna be too overpowered for PvP. So it's like, when they release a very overpowered unit, like Final Valley units, they break PvP. And they're so terrible with it. It's not even funny.
You want to start talking about how like Greek could improve the game and save the game?
Actually, I wanted to dabble in something else that I think the reason why the game's dying. Naruto ended, right? Like, years ago. Naruto ended years ago, and instead of going to Boruto already, they're like trying to shove in as many Naruto units as they can. Even though like, they're like repeating units and shit. Like, we have like 100 Itachis, 100 Obitos. Just go to fucking Boruto. Like, Dragon Ball, it's like Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle not going to Dragon Ball Super. You know? Because the game is Dragon Ball Z Dokkan. I see a lot of people saying, oh, it's not Boruto Blazing. Well, it's Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, not Dragon Ball Super Dokkan Battle. But we have like Beerus and shit. So just go to fucking Boruto. Who cares?
They're not doing it because of some licensing stuff. I mean, we can't know that, but
I mean, Dokkan doesn't have this issue, and they released. I'm pretty sure Dokkan came out before like Dragon Ball Super, right? Yeah, they came out like with the movies. Do you have any ideas of how to improve the game?
Okay, so first off, I started having some hope for the game when they released the questionnaire. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah.
And like I saw things like 7 stars, improving the limit break system, which they said that they will be implementing in December.
Almost a month ago. They said it.
A month ago, unfortunately, but like that's another thing. Blazing in 2 years and a half, they did like what 3 quality of life updates, like the better box sorting. Because I don't know if you played already.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They had like all the items and the characters in the same box, and instead of like accumulating, it was individual.
Yeah, that was one. And honestly, I can't remember.
Increasing the cost limit. That was a huge one for me.
Increasing, that one. And now they're introducing the improvement for limit breaks. That's 3 quality of life updates in 2.5 years.
We can't remember. There could be more, but it's saying a lot because we played this game a shit ton, right? And these are the only 2 you can think of.
Yep. Well, Dokkan on the other side, or Legends. I don't know about Legend because I started playing recently.
They did some. I remember when I started playing Legends and it was terrible. When I came back to Legends, it was so different. It was like so much better. So I'm guessing they had a lot of patches.
Okay, but for Dokkan, I can talk about Dokkan because I started playing Dokkan I think before even Blazing. Dokkan has at least 1 quality of life update per month.
They're doing it very frequently now.
That's been since Legends came out, so they had to be more competitive on the market, so they had to improve the game. But now, like, they're improving the game monthly. That's such a good feature about Dokkan and the developers about caring about the game actually.
Yeah, I've talked about this. Like, the reason why Dokkan is so good right now is because of Legends, right? They have competition. Blazing doesn't have any The fucking Naruto x Boruto game is no competition. Like, their game is terrible. Blazing needed competition, but like there's no Naruto games in sight. The only Naruto game there is that one that Shiny plays, and it's only Japanese from the same company. It's also from Gree. So it's like they have no competition at all. While Dokkan has to worry about Legends passing them, which honestly, like, it could happen. Legends is so good. It could happen. So Dokkan has to improve all the time. And like, when they like announce a quality of life update, they release it the next day. It's not like Blazing.
Yeah. So if a new Naruto gacha game dropped, I think it would actually have a good chance of blowing and actually surpassing Blazing, because that wouldn't be too hard. Blazing is only at 20 million downloads in 2.5 years. Dokkan in 3 years.
4. You know, you can
I
say
mean,
3.
it was a couple of months ago.
It's gonna be 4 in January.
It's gonna hit 300 million downloads. Like,
Yeah, it's probably honestly it's gonna be 200 million downloads like right after the 4th anniversary. I can see it.
yeah, definitely. So making a new gacha game would definitely be beneficial for a company, in my opinion.
It's
So
gonna be
I don't
beneficial
know
for the company and the consumers, right? Like,
Yep.
we are gonna have another game to play. Blazing is probably gonna be better if it lasts that long. And like, if you go on Google Play right now and like search for Naruto games, the only 2 games there are is Blazing and Boruto X Boruto. All the other like Naruto games are bootleg shit, and like they have like 50,000 downloads. So it's like the only competition Blazing has is that terrible Naruto X Boruto game. Like, all the downloads they have is like from the first week and no one else plays anymore. Okay, actually I have like one major suggestion for Blazing. Major. Start doing celebrations non-stop. Like, all the time. No,
right now-
Dokkan hasn't stopped doing celebrations since the 3rd anniversary. It's like all the time. It doesn't stop. Like, there's no reason to have a celebration, and they still have it. Like, it's just because it keeps the game hype. Like, again, it doesn't even matter what it is. It just keeps the game hype. Blazing has none of this shit. And like, making meaningful units is important because, again, as we said, like, every single unit since the 2nd anniversary is trash. We don't need those units. People are not gonna summoning units they don't need. Dokkan has kind of like a very good like mechanic of it because of the leader skills. Like, every single Dokkan festival is like a leader for a team. Blazing doesn't have that, so they have to be more creative, but it's still like, make some meaningful fucking units. The last meaningful unit I can think of that we need is Kage and Sage 6 Pet's mother. Like, Final Valley units you don't need. Really, like, let's be real, we don't need them. Like, Kage and Sage 6 Pet's mother were so meaningful, and that's why it was the highest, like most amount of money Blazing did per day. It was in that period in time. They were making like, I think it was 50 or 60k per day. But it's like, of course, the units matter. The units matter. People want them.
So another thing that, in my opinion, would be good. We talked about it when we were playing Fortnite a couple of days ago, but would actually be increase the power creep of units. So, like, we already said that Kakashi hits for 1 million in the Obito rate. When we have units like Sage 6 Pet Madara, who's probably the best units in the game, but he hits for 37k. So in my opinion, increasing the power creep and making units start reaching numbers like 1 million, not on special conditions, like normally, like that would actually bring some people in, because it would completely change the meta of the game. And also, like, they gotta stop making units overpowered just for a specific rate. Because Kakashi is hella good on the Obito rate, but if you take Kakashi outside of that rate, he becomes...
Yeah, I checked him on Ninja Road, he's terrible. He's god awful. Like,
And
Shisui, like, he's a
yeah.
good unit, but like, that first ability is only useful on Kisame. There's no other use for that.
Yeah.
Especially on PvE. Like, on PvP you can make the case, but he's trash on PvP anyways. Like, it's one ability that is just throwing the garbage. And it's not like Kisame is gonna be around forever. Like, Kisame is never gonna come back.
Yeah, they started releasing Super Impacts on the 2nd year anniversary, and they haven't dropped back a single one yet. Like, the Killer Bee hasn't been back at all since it released. So
And-
we don't even know if you can get a chance to grind them back when they come back.
And here's the thing, right? It's not even the fault of Super Impacts, because Naruto and Sasuke, they kind of were made for the Super Impact, but not really, right? Like, Sasuke has a very unique ability of getting 2 chakra, which didn't really help on the Super Impact. Right? It's just the thing that he has, you know? But Shisui is 100% made for the Super Impact. Well, you're gonna boost the sales of that unit for the month that they release. For some people that are new, right? But these people that are new are probably gonna be people that don't even spend money in the game. The people who like had already spent money in the game and spend on a regular basis are gonna be like, I don't need this unit, I can do it without them. The people who need the units to do the raid are gonna be people that don't even spend money in the game at all. And they're not gonna do it. They're just not gonna do the raid. Because it's too time consuming. What was specifically the reason why I stopped playing Blazing?
So, like, I always played Blazing. Like, I always maxed out every unit, every free-to-play unit. I always, like, on my old account, I had every free-to-play unit ultimate. And I kind of realized that that couldn't be possible anymore when the second anniversary impacts dropped. I was still able to get them to ultimate, but like from that point on, if they kept releasing super impacts, I would not be able to ultimate every single one. And the thing is, the second anniversary drained my purse. I had 1200 purse saved, and I found 0 Blazing Festival Sasuke, and I spent all my purse on him, and I found 0. And yeah, they brought guaranteed bags from the next Blazing Festival, which was Madara. But like, banners just became trash. Blazing went from having the best banners in like out of all gacha games to having legit the worst ones.
Yeah, Blazing had like by far the best ones. Like, not even a question. Like
15% gold rate or 10, I don't know. And the featured units had 1%, and there were like 5 featured units per banner.
I was thinking, look, some of them had 3. I remember all of them have 5, but some of them had 3. But most of the Blazing Festival had 5 featured units.
They started having 3 when I think the Jiraiya.
Yeah, they started having 3 recently.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember Madara and Kaguya were the last ones with 5 featured units.
Like, my perfect banner would be you keep the step ups, remove the guaranteed steps, and have 5 featured units, 1 of each element. Boom. That's a banner. Yeah. 1%. I think I thought that was implied. And 1%. Boom. That's a good banner right there.
Yeah, that would be the best banners. The best case
and people I would pay money for that. You know, like I would personally like use money depending on the banner, because like, but right now I would not fucking spend money at all. At all.
Those type of banners would. I think they would be better than the tokens banner.
Because like you see the Dragon Ball Legends Black Friday banner, that's pretty much what they did, right? Like,
yeah,
they had a step up. They had like some 2 steps that were free, and then 2 steps that you would get a guaranteed sparking ticket. Sparking is a 6-star. A guaranteed sparking ticket that had a 20% chance of getting one of the featured units, like 20 each. That was a major thing, and like, it's not guaranteed.
Translated in Blazing, that would mean that you would do like an entire rotation in like 150 pearls. Like,
I think it was 4,100 chrono crystals for like 7 steps.
Yeah, that's like 200 and something.
Yeah, that's 200 pearls. That's 200 pearls for doing 7 multis and getting 2 guaranteed tickets. Like, the tickets were guaranteed the feature, but at a very high rate, so... You know, like... And they made so much money because of that banner. It's like... if Blazing just kept doing this exact same format of banners, they would just... like... Let's say... Kakashi was not the celebration banner right now, right? And like, the next Blazing Festival will be. If they don't make the banner good, the game is officially dead. Like, at that, like, I've already said the game is officially dead with Kakashi, but of course it's not shut down. So, if the next banner they do something good, they might like get some players back and some people from outside, because no one from outside goes into the game. That's the issue. No, like, for instance, like when the second anniversary came out, a lot of Dokkan YouTubers were playing Naruto Blazing, and like they were like showing their screenshots on Twitter and shit. They were not making videos, but they were playing the game. So if they kept doing good stuff, maybe those same like huge YouTubers would be playing Blazing and making like videos about Blazing, and would boost the player base. But the game is shit. Why would they keep playing it?
Like, for example, we've had the same summoning animations since the beginning. Like they legit did not change a thing.
And like
Well,
Dragon Ball Legends just dropped.
new animations like every 2 months or what?
Legends dropped the most beautiful fucking summon animations I've ever seen. It's
Yeah,
not
like,
even funny.
they give you an incentive to summon because you see something different pretty much every time. While on Blazing, you either see Sasuke pop
I
up,
just skip
pops
it.
up, or you don't. Like
I just skip
that's
it.
You have two possibilities. Like that's it. That's
And even if he comes up, it doesn't mean anything. Like,
yeah. If it comes up, it means shit. Like I don't know, man.
okay, I think it's time. I'm gonna have to cut some stuff because it's too long, but thank you for voicing your opinion. I expect getting a lot of dislikes on this because I've been getting a lot of dislikes on my videos talking shit about Blazing, but it's whatever. It's not like it does anything. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And please subscribe to Kua.
Shameless plug.
That's shameless plug.